What's up, guys? Hybrid Mongoose here, and welcome back to another episode of the Hybrid Mongoose podcast. And guys, this one is so good. I had the honor of having Reversal himself on the podcast. It was so good. It was such a great time. He's such a good guy, and actually, right now, you guys probably already know this. He's currently right now taking a break from YouTube. The one thing that does concern me, though, is the fact that it looks like he has either suspended or deleted his Twitter, which is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that one. It kind of concerns me a little bit. But if I feel like if he needs that to do his full disconnect from everything, then so be it. I support him in whatever he's doing, or whatever he's gonna do. But yeah, if he needs to cut ties with Twitter just so he can have that full disconnect, I completely understand. Maybe he's doing it only for his break, and he'll bring it back when he gets back. I don't know, but it's, you know, to just delete your Twitter like that is kind of crazy. So I don't know what's going on right now. Reversal, if you're watching this, man, hope you're enjoying your time off. I hope you enjoy this podcast and just relax, brother, and we're here for you, you know, when you get back. But before this podcast starts, I want to also mention my Patreon. Link will be in the description down below. It does cost money to actually post these, get the podcast going, to get it on Google Play and iTunes and all these other places. So, if you can and, you're willing, please check out the Patreon link below and, do what you can to help podcasts like these and my channel in general. So guys, that's it. Let's get right into the podcast. And without further ado, guys, welcome my special guest, Reversal.
Hey guys, Reversal here. Together with the Hybrid Mongoose.
I gotta say right away, just to get it out of the way, it is a big honor for you to be on this podcast right now. For me, at least, It's
almost like, this is gonna sound really strange, but I already said it to you, and it's like completely mutual. I just love working together with content creators as a whole, and it just I get inspiration from that too. So right. You might just be the next Mystic 7 or Trainer Tips. The respect is completely mutual, my friend. Honestly,
I appreciate that. And I also I want to get this out of the way because it's just I want to say thank you again for making that video. I mean, you somehow tapped into exactly how I was feeling. That video, I mean, you just knew. You knew exactly how I felt at that moment, and you really brought life back to my channel, really, truly.
The reason why I resonated so much with your video is because I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there myself. I used to have a YouTube channel 8 years ago, and over 9 months, I had 300 subs. I was so proud of that. Right. And then stuff just pushed me into the ground, and it wasn't necessarily not getting views or anything like that. Yeah, sure, it was stagnant, but there were other things. And I just remembered the look on your eye in that is you did not want to quit.
Right.
You didn't want to quit.
100%.
I just knew.
Yeah.
And I just felt it was right. It just was the right thing to do. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, no, it means a lot. It does mean a lot because it's not only did you, I mean, people do shout outs and whatever, right? They do it for anybody. Oh, hey, he said hi. Oh, he donated, but
it doesn't mean anything.
Your video really truly meant a lot to me because it was you believe in me too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You are you believe in me enough, and you feel that my channel, if we're gone from Pokemon Go, would be bad for the community. Something would be missing.
Yeah,
from the
community.
It would be
so because you grew to a substantial amount,
right.
A couple of thousand. I mean, try to gather that amount of people in a room. It's a crazy number.
Right.
And I don't think any number should be taken for granted. At the end of the day, people give you their time.
Yes.
You cannot take time back. It's so precious. It goes by so quick. And for them to be willing to spend their time with you, it's just it's such a humble thing. So yeah, it's definitely, man.
I didn't expect the support that I was going to get too. that blew me away. Like I read every comment, every comment on your video and my video. And eventually I put the video that I made as unlisted. And the reason why is because people were watching things out of order, and they were going like, I would say something like, thanks to Reversal, I'm not quitting, or something like that in the title, like little asterisks or something. Mm-hmm. And people were going like, why are you blaming Reversal? I'm like, no, opposite. Like you're. So I just was
that's the Pokemon Go community for you. Like sometimes people just don't read, and just people in general really. We got to be very careful with exactly how we convey something, because the slightest thing that people don't hear properly, they already take out of context, or they don't like interpret it the way you want it to be interpreted, and then you get questions. And it's actually really funny that you mentioned that, because that particular video that I made about you actually did incredibly well.
Yeah.
And that was also really amazing to see. It like barely anyone like gave any like negative comment on that, and just
right. There were a couple people that were like, YouTube's hard, life sucks. Life's hard.
They've never done YouTube. They couldn't. They couldn't judge. So
it's very hard to, the sheer amount of work that goes into a YouTube channel, especially you post videos a lot, and even a 5-minute video still takes time to edit, process, make a thumbnail. Everything takes time. So even a 5-minute video could turn around and be an hour and a half, depending on the editing. You know what I mean? It's like people think that oh, it's only 5 minutes, it's nothing. It can be. It depends how much work you put into it.
And I do want to point this out, though, like for you guys, the viewers mostly, you're not going to care that the video process can take up to 3 days. You're not going to care.
Right.
But on the flip side, it's nice if people understand, And I think that is the kind of response that they've gotten, like, hey, he's willing to spend that time. Hey, he's not getting paid or barely getting paid. Right. He's doing it for the passion. You can see it in the eyes, 1 + 1 is 2. People see it. They believe it, they come and watch. And the cool thing, what I really like, what I'm mostly grateful for, is not just the people that decided to join in, but you actually putting the work in as well after that. I mean, ever since the moment, how long was it? A month maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
How many videos have you made since?
Let me see. I can actually check this out.
10? 12?
Yeah, I've made quite a bit since that time. Let me see. Okay, so the thank you video, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. So
see, and this is 14.
Yeah,
or 50, I don't know.
Yeah, so some of them are live streams, so I don't know if that counts, but sure, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like you went on, and I'm incredibly happy to see that. That makes my video not go to waste, essentially.
Right. Yeah. No, I saw it as a huge opportunity, so I was like, I got a lot of momentum on my side, and anybody can shout out anybody to get them to subscribe, but what's going to keep them to stay, right?
Definitely. And if I tell people go sub to that people, people will sub to that people. Will they actually watch? That's a whole different story,
Right. Yeah.
And that's where content has got to speak. That's why I cannot just like, if people tell me, please shout me out. Look, I can't do that. Hybrid can do it. But there's going to be no value in that shout out if we don't give a reason as to why exactly that person would be good for you to watch. Because essentially, we're turning into sellouts in the aspect that we're trying to get you to go to that channel. But why would you, as viewer, waste your time if we cannot even tell you exactly why it is good for you,
Yeah, no, definitely. It's and you know what too, like the while we're still on this topic, like this podcast is directly from you. Like, I feel like this podcast may not have never happened if it wasn't for that video that you made, because it motivated me to do something different. It motivated me to be like, you know what? You got to get outside of your comfort zone and do something different, to stand out. And I was like, this is it. I'm going to do this. And I started doing it, and the response has been very good with the podcast so far. Everybody's seeming to really enjoy it, and it's something that I definitely want to keep going with forever. I really love doing it, actually. So
if it's part of your niche,
yeah,
people eventually. I think you're doing well. Like I haven't watched all of them, but I think I watched the Pokemon Go Fest debate between you and Famous, and I thought that was a really good one. And whenever you invited me, I was like, yeah, why not? Let's have a talk.
Oh, I definitely wanted to invite you. Definitely wanted to invite you. So I did some digging on you. No, I'm just kidding. And where did you hide the body? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. So
I'll send you some coordinates.
So you graduated college, right? Did you graduate?
No, I did not.
See, neither did I.
It's weird.
Don't feel bad.
It's weird. It's kind of the typical college in the Netherlands. We kind of name it differently. So your high school, I finished. Yeah, middle school, high school. Yeah, I finished that. I started college/uni, didn't quite make it there.
Right.
Yeah, more of the practical approach. I cannot sit in school all day. I just can't.
Right. No, and my career. My day job is I work in IT. I've been working in IT for 7 years, and I don't have a degree either, but I got about halfway through and stopped going. But I have a successful career in IT, mainly because my experience backs up what I know.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is that you don't always have to have a degree to make it in a field. Some people because I kept hearing that debate with Mystic 7 and Jono. I hate that intro, by the way. I actually hate him. If you're watching this, I hate you.
Just firing shots here.
But that debate with he doesn't have a college degree and all this. It's like what? It doesn't matter.
It's a very close-minded statement. The way I see it is, college, uni, whatever the case might be,
right,
in some fields is an absolute necessity. You need to have the underlying knowledge about what it is that you're talking about, and you just get in specific fields. You just need that sort of training. However, what I feel school is more targeted towards you is to bring you social skills and just general skills and just help you kind of get find your way in society. But I just see school as a vehicle, really. It's one of the many ways to make it. It's one of the many ways to make it.
Right. Yeah, no,
but
definitely.
If I get kids, I'll send them to school. Yeah, heck yes, it's important.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not I just find it weird whenever people are making that such a huge argument, he didn't finish school. Yeah, who cares? If he's doing well, who are you to
exactly
say anything like that, right?
Yep. And in growing up, I mean, is college actually paid for in the Netherlands, or is it not? Do you have to actually pay for college?
People are gonna shoot me. Yeah, they support you, but they also don't. It's really weird. It depends on what direction you're taking. But I think your early elementary to middle school, I think that is covered. But then after that, I don't know. Maybe your parents need to pay a cut. It's all weird. My parents took care of that, so whatever.
Right. Yeah, no, the reason I'm asking is because growing up, getting right out of high school, and then you're seeing all your friends, a lot of their parents force them to go to college. And they're like, I don't even know what I want to do, but I'm going to this college because whatever. And seeing people change their major 4 times and just buckets of money just thrown away. And my son is only 1 year old right now, but one day he's going to have that choice, and I'm going to give him that choice. Do what you want. If you are not ready to go to college, or you don't know what you want to do, then please don't waste our money. Don't waste my money. Don't waste your time. don't go to school, just work a job. That's all I ask. That's it. So it's just like,
keep busy.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit at home, play video games, all day, but you know what I mean? Like I think a lot of parents, at least the old school mentality, is just like, you got to go to college, got to get a degree, got to get this. And
it's very traditional. But I do feel that as our generation got older, geez, I'm sounding like an old fart right now. As we got older, we know that these types of jobs, like a YouTuber, exist. Well, being a YouTuber is something that kids aspire to be right now, which is so weird. It's so weird.
Right.
Like the other day, I believe like a month ago, my neighbor, he gave his cousin a Game Boy Color, and he was trying to tap the screen because he thought it was touchscreen, but it wasn't,
right, Right. Mm-hmm.
And we come from this age where we know we need to put in the batteries to Pokemon was starting up. But this new generation is so weird. They don't know anything but like a touchscreen. And the same thing, like the example that I'm trying to make is like they will grow up knowing that being a YouTuber is a job, that they can become entrepreneurs and all sorts of things, and it's kind of a scary situation, because it's a situation where everybody becomes very independent, but at the same time there's so much more opportunity for things to be discovered and everything like that. It's like what do you advise, right, to like a kid or whatever the case might be? Right,
because YouTube is not an easy job by any means, especially with adpocalypse coming, and God, I'm sure the revenue, I don't rely on the revenue that I get, but I could imagine, having some stressful months, trying to make sure that you have enough money for rent, food, all that other stuff. And Pokemon Go just so happens to be something that is not cheap to maintain. It costs money to travel. It costs money to, Pokemon Go is a very costly type of game, especially if you raid a lot, if you travel. I mean, the cost can go up real quick, And it's awesome because there's nothing like it, right? That's what I still love about the game, is there's nothing like Pokemon Go, There's nothing out there currently right now that can bring a group of strangers together the way that Pokemon Go can, and it's cool to see. It's awesome to see. And a lot of my memories, like you spoke of Melissa, right? So like on our way to the first Go Fest, we stopped at this place called Paw Paw, Michigan. Okay. Yeah. We were just getting gas and food and whatever. And we saw an Ampharos on just a random stop. So we're like, what? So we went and got it. And then, we named it Paw Paw, and me, my friend Rob, and Melissa all have kept that Pokemon, and we will not transfer it just because of that memory.
Yeah, that's a lot of sentiment to it.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. Yeah. And there's Pokemon you keep for memories rather than, it has high IVs and whatever. And it's just like the game has brought a community together that is just, it's unbelievable how cool it feels to be a part of that,
Definitely. Yeah, touching back like slightly onto your point when you said Pokemon Go is hard to maintain. I personally, it really depends on your playing style, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Right. Let's say if you're aspiring to be a YouTuber, and I think the best example is your previous guest, which is Poke AK.
Yeah.
He records gameplay footage of everything he does, I think.
Yes.
And he just uploads it. And most of the stuff he does is like gym battles.
Yes.
And those are free. And you can do a raid once a day. And if you save up coins, you get a package, you get to do more.
Right.
So I don't think in that aspect it is hard to maintain. But you gotta have some good quality content for people to come back to.
Right.
People need a reason to, check you out. And, people often get confused or get inspired by Trainer Tips or Mystic Seven's channels because they go out and about and they travel. So they have this idea that it's hard to maintain. But if you keep it really low key around your neighborhood and you record the footage, and it's all about the way you package your content.
No, you're
for
right.
it to make it interesting. So
Yep.
if your commentary is like esports level, like great, like
Right.
you know DX1, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The way he presents his videos, I honestly think like he should stop making YouTube videos. He should become an esports commentator. He'd be phenomenal,
Right.
honestly. Or he could just, whenever PvP comes out, he becomes our esports
then,
commentator or
that'd be
something
so
like
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his voice is perfect for that, you know?
Right.
Just that sort of thing. Like, so that's why I said, like, I don't necessarily agree with your point, but I definitely understand where you're coming from there.
Right. And I mean, mostly, like, if you're doing 20 raids, 30 raids in a day, that's
it
where
adds up.
It adds up. That's what I mean by that. It's not necessarily just travel, but I mean, yeah, you could definitely low key. I mean, I do everything local that I can, right?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
and it still works. You know, like that solo Machamp video was literally 5 minutes from my house. You know, it's just like, you know, in the middle of a forest somewhere where there was a gym. You know, it's just like, you know, it doesn't matter how far you go, but you know, there is some cost, like, you know, raid passes and things like
And
that.
time.
And
Time.
time. Me, I noticed the gas, you know, driving from raid to raid to raid, and you know.
You see, I don't have that issue at all because I don't own a car.
Right. No, I know you guys use a lot of public transport or carpool or, you know.
Carpool, definitely.
Yeah.
I just pay my boys. Just be like, yeah, you know, I pay you a $5. You know, here's your gas.
Right.
I'll help you. I'm high level.
Right.
Just messing. But it's like that. It's like that, yeah.
So I am completely excited for GoFest this year. This year, I feel like, I mean, I was there last year.
Yeah.
I know why a lot of YouTubers either didn't post something or decided to post very little about it. And then
You just reminded me I still need to upload my GoFest video.
And then there was a lot of backlash for some YouTubers saying you guys are sellouts and whatever, and then like people getting angry and saying, "Oh, you know, you have to show it in a negative light." I was there; it was terrible, and it's just like I had to make a video response, just basically telling my side of it, to be like, "Look, yes, there was issues, but you know, I feel like once they made the 2-mile radius and you were able to go across the street and actually play, combined with that and the raids that were not around, they dropped it on us out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. That kind of made the very next day I had very little issues playing. You know, we all raided all day, and I feel like it made up for it. Now the people, some people, they were only there for that event or that day. And I can get why they would feel cheated, because then they're like, "Oh, I was there that day. I did like 2 raids and I had to go home." And I understand that feeling, you know. But, you know, they did kind of make up for it a little bit in my eyes. Not fully, but, you know, they did make up for it. The very next day was an amazing day for Pokemon Go in Chicago. So it was amazing. So, I mean, I got my 98% Lugia from there. I got...
Really?
Yep.
Oh, geez.
100%
man,
that's 100% catch rate. You know, I think I got my 98% Articuno there too. I remember
I didn't catch anything there.
You didn't?
I was sick.
Oh, okay.
After that day of GoFest, I got so sick that someone gave me a gotcha at GoFest. I didn't have a Go Plus. Actually, I lost my Go Plus twice at GoFest. Someone gave me a gotcha, and I connected it, and I was just at my bat, like just catching stuff, because I was so sick. Like, you had no idea. Like, you imagine this, right? Me as a Pokemon Go YouTuber who can make like the most amazing content about Pokemon Go Fest.
Right.
I was too sick to even leave the bat. Like, I haven't felt that sick, I feel, in the last 5 years. And it's because I was exchanging a lot of handshakes. I didn't really feel well prior to it. I had a 52-hour travel to get from home to GoFest.
I think I saw that video. I saw that. Did that?
Yeah.
That's brutal. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I saw airports for 3 days straight because I missed my overlay and just... but yeah, I didn't get to play. But touching back onto the whole Niantic fiasco, where we weren't allowed to say stuff, I don't know if I'm even able to say this or not. I might get in trouble for it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Niantic after GoFast told us, if you need to be transparent, if you need to tell whatever it is that you need to tell, you tell it.
Yeah.
And, you know, because we asked, is it okay? You know, is it okay for us, like we're special guests, is it okay for us to just talk about the stuff that went wrong? And they said, yeah, it's okay. You know, we'll take full responsibility for that. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm just telling you exactly the way it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, even with that, you know, Nick posted the video, stuff went wrong during GoFest. But even with that video just being completely honest, people weren't buying it.
Yeah.
Because it was so outright negative. And I think that personally, you know, put me off from publishing that video at that time, because I just wanted to post my experience on GoFest.
Right.
And the thing that sucks is my experience with GoFest was amazing.
Yes. Yes.
My experience was one of those experiences I'll never forget for the rest of my life. You know,
right.
I arrived at GoFest and people were cheering. Like I was some kind of a king. I was like, what? That's crazy. I was walking past the line with Nick and CND, and people were constantly cheering for us. Like they were so happy to see us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever forget that moment. But, you know, I wasn't even able to play the game because I was constantly talking to people about like what was going on, about how they felt about my channel, the content, just Pokemon Go in general.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even want to bring up my phone. And I think with this GoFest, the same thing is going to happen. I'm going to have Go Plus and I'll just, you know, do that. I'll just interact with people because that's all, and hit like 100 mil. But that aside, you know, that's about it. I probably don't have the time to play during GoFest, but you know, hey, what? I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. And I saw you, I caught you before you got into, you know, the booth and all that. I remember seeing you at the booth after that with the long line of people, you know, coming to say hi and all that other stuff. And you know, the heat was crazy that day. I will not forget that. The heat was bad.
Yes.
It was.
The heat was bad.
Mm-hmm, very humid.
If anything, what I hope Niantic will do is put up, like, sell, like, some, what do you call it? Some protection.
Yeah.
If it's going to be really hot, they should set up a booth for, you know, selling some protection. But if you guys are going to go fast, definitely bring some sun protection because it might just get extremely hot as well. And you might get sunburn.
Right. So you did at least get the Heracross and Unknown that were there, right? I mean,
I actually got a 98% Heracross there.
That's really good.
And I plussed it. So, yeah.
Amazing. I wish I would have known where that one was because I think the best I
think the Heracross was at my deathbed. But I did catch a Heracross there and a Unknown there, and then the game started to go real bad.
That's funny. You like vlog the entire thing, even from your sick bed. You're just like, I'm sick.
No, I didn't. I just vlogged GoFest, and then everything my storage was just completely filled up as well.
Right, and a lot of people were attacking you guys for that whole sponsored thing, but I actually said it like this. I was like, if Niantic offered to fly me out for free and put me up in a hotel and say I would do it. Are you kidding me? Like, you can call me a sellout. It's not like I'm not going to do it. I mean...
Oh, so the thing is, at first we didn't even know that was, like, part of it.
Right.
Like, at first, they reached out to us, and it was like, oh my god, they reached out to us. Because at that time...
Yeah.
That was uncalled for. Like, that was such a unique thing. Oh my days, they noticed us.
Right. No, you're right. Because
that was so massive at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're just more than willing to work together with them.
I mean, Niantic has definitely gotten a lot better at communication. That was one of the things that were the first year of Pokemon Go, they barely communicated.
I still think they can improve on so many levels, though.
Definitely. But they've gotten at least better, I feel, in letting people know.
Yeah.
Except for sometimes they're like, oh yeah, there's an event starting in 30 minutes. Have fun. You know, and as a content creator, I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, I don't have time. Like, let us know a day before or something. So
yeah, that's really unfortunate. Hopefully they'll actually improve that in the future. Just take it from me. Any sort of opportunity I get to talk to Niantic, I'm just as much as a player as I'm a YouTuber, so I'll bring those things to light. But I've told them so many things, but like a lot of things just like it doesn't happen. I told them, get rid of Ace Trainer badge. Not necessarily for me. Okay, ouch, it hurts. I'm almost there, but you could have communicated in 5 days from now they'll remove it, and just it was gone like that. New players who start Pokemon Go, they see the Ace Trainer badge. Like if they make a brand new account, they see Ace Trainer and they're like, "What is this, Eve? How do you mean training up?" So they power up their Pokemon and the badge doesn't go up. Like, what is that? That sort of thing.
Yeah. No, and I get it. I do actually have the Ace Trainer badge done. like
nice.
It's the only thing I have over Zabowski. I'm like, look at this,
But
I mean, because after and I'm different from other Pokemon Go players, and I've said it before. I don't really care about XP personally. Some people really do. So after I hit 40, I don't use Lucky Eggs. Unless I'm going to do like a raid train or whatever, and I know that there's a bunch, I'll use it for that. But for mass evolves, no, I hate doing that, so I don't do it.
Not even during double experience event, and then
no.
Oh, you should, man. It honestly is a waste.
No,
especially because now it's confirmed that the cap is gonna increase.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. Because like right now I have like 28 mil or something like that, and I've been 40 for a while, so
that's still not bad though. It's still not bad.
Most of my friends are more the hardcore players, so I feel like the mascot, like they're also like, I'm 40 times 6 and I'm 40 times blood. I'm all like, hi. And
then on the flip side, if you go to a rural area, you'll be a god.
I mean,
right?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the thing, and that's the thing I also always take into consideration. At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what TL times jillion you are. That is only matter something for a really select group.
Yes.
And I call it like a badge of, hey, this is what I done.
Right.
It's cool. I'm personally interested in that. I know a lot of people who don't care for it at all.
I get why. People want to do that. And as I creep closer to 40 times 2, I'm almost thinking like that now. Like I'm like, I should just get to 40 times 2, because I'm like I'm getting closer to that, So
yeah, definitely.
But
it's I think it's part of the competitive part that is missing in Pokemon Go. There's no leaderboard, there's no rankings.
Right.
There's just stuff that players make up to be part of their ranking, and people just want in on that. People are thirsty for that.
Yep.
People will always forever with everything in the end of everything. Wow.
Yeah.
Quote that. They will make a competition out of everything. Like they will always try to be one up one another so that you get the grand intent.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Yeah, that's how they compete is the way. But me, I want the PvP. That's where you'll see me. I want the PvP bad.
that look.
I want the PvP bad. Like I want to battle the Pokemon for sure.
You, me, and the rest, man.
Yeah. So because that's when I'll really care. Like right now, it's whatever. It's fun. You beat me on whatever. I don't care. But when it gets to the PvP, I'll be like, yes, let's do it.
I had that with research. Mm-hmm. When research came out, I was like, gold, I'm going to get that in 3 days. And then I noticed the restriction, 1 per day per Pokestops. It's like, whatever. I don't care anymore.
Right.
It was just completely like a downward spiral since then. And I haven't really cared since. It will come during, I think, Community Day. It will be bumped up by like 50 or 40.
Yeah.
So in due time,
Yeah, because usually during the Community Day event, they give you the easy ones for the field research. So, like, catch a Charmander, and you're like, there's Charmander right there. Click.
Yeah, exactly.
3 hours of catching Charmander. I think I completed this one like a million times, but you know, I'm so into the PvP aspect of it that I've actually already scouted spots to film that look like arenas to just like they have like blocks of stone that go up, and it's like
I see what you mean.
People could sit and you could have in the middle, and I'm thinking about trying to do like a local leaderboard and have like a fight club thing. I have a lot of ideas for this that would be fun, you know.
I'm looking forward to that. That actually sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I want it to be almost like Street Fighter-ish. I'll be like this versus blah, and then just
ready, go.
Have them like next to each other with a screen that's like, I want it to look.
And then when you lose, you go.
Yeah. So.
By the way, I don't have a time limit or anything like that, so don't worry about any of that.
No, This was one of the podcasts where I was like, I'm going to talk to him till he hates me, and he doesn't want to talk anymore. No,
ain't gonna happen, my friend.
So I was actually wondering, because your URL is reversal KND, and I was I started digging into it. I'm like, what is this about? So I actually found an old Knights and Dragons post from like when you had 10,000 subscribers. Like I found the post, you saying like, hey, you know, I'm here to help the community. I have 10,000 subscribers, and you know, you're 25-year-old Dutch guy making YouTube videos. And
is that from the Wikia?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah. I posted that at the time. Wow, that really brings me back.
Right. No, I just wanted to know. I was like, what does the KND stand for? So,
well, you literally just said it.
Yeah, no, I found it out now. I mean, it's it's the Knights and Dragons. Yeah,
YouTube sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Once you so here's how you know I made videos for the heck of making videos.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I had prepared my channel for the future as in reversal, I would have picked something else.
Yeah,
but YouTube has this policy, you pick a URL, it's there forever.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
At that time, you could do youtube.com/URL. Now, if you do get assigned a URL, it will have like a -c channel name.
That's what mine has, yep.
Yeah, so you cannot change that ever for the rest of your life. And once I noticed that, you know, I was doing better, I almost decided to just restart YouTube as I, you know, started getting more serious with it. But I was like, what the heck, you know, I'm still enjoying Knights and Dragons. I'm probably not going to do YouTube for a long time. And here we are 4 years later, almost, you know.
Right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you go back on my channel, I did Gmod videos like way back in the day, and
oh gosh,
like prop hunts and stuff. And actually, they're still good. Like they're funny. Like me and my friends were playing, and you know, I think they're funny. You know, like
if you enjoy them, definitely keep them onto the channel. You know?
Right. No, I don't.
I always think it's cool I always don't understand when people delete their old videos or photos. You know, like why? It's a good memory's sake. You only laugh at it later, even though it might be embarrassing, you know?
Right. And I think I remember a couple times you showed like one of your first videos on stream one time, and I was just like, you know, everybody, especially when you first start out YouTube, you don't know how to present yourself correctly. You know, you're
gonna suck.
Yeah, you're gonna suck. Your YouTube videos are not gonna be great.
No.
You know, and people need that time to kind of learn what works, learn how to present yourself correctly. And
I didn't have face cam until 40,000 subscribers.
Wow, that's really good. I
recorded my screen with my phone, and the built-in microphone, you know how bad the quality is of your cell phone. That's when doing a call, but then even a little bit worse, like a potato. And then having a blanket over your potato, that's the quality we're talking about.
Right.
I grew my channel to over 1,000 subscribers with that. Then I got this microphone, which I still do.
Right.
Built my channel to 40,000, then started adding face cam. So it's been a process of building up. And once I felt it was the right moment, I decided to incorporate these things. But these days, YouTube is not as easy as it was in 2014. People expect a certain quality. So if you have a camera, like if you have an iPhone, if you have a Galaxy or whatever phone, those phones are sufficient because the cameras are better and the microphone quality is also better. Right. But, eventually you have to upgrade a little bit.
Yeah, when I started doing Pokemon Go vlogs, I started out with a phone. I had a spare phone, and I would play Pokemon Go on it, and then I would use my good camera to record myself.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
So I would use like a selfie stick, and I would record both, and I would sync the audio, and there you go, there's the video.
That's smart.
So anybody can do that. Like the quality. In like another thing, if I'm vlogging and I go into a store or something, I'm not bringing that camera with me. I'll use my phone because it's less suspicious, and it's not that I don't care. I just don't want to walk into Best Buy with a whole rig and be like, "Hey, I'm in Best Buy," blah blah. No, I'm gonna record it with my.
They might kick you out, yeah.
Yeah, I record. Oh, plus, I don't want to get like tackled by the security guard if they think I stole something.
Oh yeah,
right.
I see.
So if most of the time, if I'm in a store or something, I just record with my phone, and nobody knows the difference. Between that and my camera.
Barely, barely.
So it's all about the content. It's not about the quality sometimes. YouTube now, at least 720p or don't even post. I mean, God, like at this point in time.
You cannot do 480 because people have 4K televisions. Like it's gonna look very Minecrafty on big screen. So that's a really bad idea.
Yeah, that's terrible. So I was gonna ask you. And people ask me the same question, like, where did your channel name come from? Like, Reversal. I love your channel name. I just don't know how you came up with it.
You can make a guess if you like.
Let's see. I have no idea. I really don't have any.
Okay, so I come from a background of gaming. Like, I'm talking more than a decade easily. Yeah. 1.5 decade, 15 years, almost close to getting to 20. Gaming all the way. In online gaming, it is incredibly hard to come up with a username. Right? Because everything is taken.
Definitely.
You can write in Naruto XXX, whatever. It's taken.
Right.
So, what I did eventually is I had a list, a notepad, with all the cool words that I could think of, and you're talking Flash, Omega, Shadow. you know it. We've been there. Don't tell me you haven't.
Right.
You've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there too. I wrote down all the cool words that I could think of, and Reversal was one of them. It came like later down the road, and I just found the word. It wasn't even from Pokemon. That's the weird thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what does that even mean? So I looked up the definition on Google, and I was like, opposite direction, huh? That sounds good to me. Trying to be somewhat unique.
Right.
But that was kind of like Knights and Dragons at that time. Mm-hmm. My name on Knights and Dragons was Reversal. And I liked that name. It kind of looked cool on the profile page. But then as I did YouTube, of course, I had to bring that name to there as well. So it was a gamer tag, essentially. So, yeah.
Yeah, my gamer tag was not good. Like, okay, so the one I used for Pokemon Go when I originally started was, like, Willapino or something like that. And and the reason why that I use that username is because I'm half white, I'm half Filipino. Yeah. So they would call me a Willapino, like, you're a Willapino. So it was just a funny joke with my friends. So I would either be like Willapino, like whatever, just as a joke, right? And
it's the most funny thing whenever your friends start calling you by that name in real life.
Right. Some of my friends still call me Will, just for short. Mm-hmm. My real name's David. It's way off, so but Hybrid Mongoose came from actually a joke as well. I was having a conversation with my friend, and I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I was like, Hybrid Mongoose, it's a Hybrid Mongoose, and then we started laughing about it, and for some reason that stuck in my head, and I was like, that's actually kind of a cool name. So that's
where a lot of names come from, honestly. from conversations or interactions from something that's memorable, and it just sticks.
Yep.
What is the most, like, you obviously been playing games online.
Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing name that you have been going by?
Oh, I got a good one. So I used to play a very hardcore PvP MMO called Shadowbane. I don't know if you ever remembered this one.
I've never.
It's before WoW days. It's before, those type of. I don't know if you've ever played MMOs or been into them, like the online.
Oh yeah, there were so many back then.
Yeah.
Like they were just coming and coming and coming, like Fly for Fun, Ragnarok, MapleStory, like that area.
Yeah. So this one it had no lore to it. It was pure PvP. You would build a city, and then like people could like take over each other's cities, and it was a very cutthroat type of game. In the actual chat, there was a PvP chat, and just for fun, every time somebody killed somebody else, it'd be like blah 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 slain, whatever. So I named myself Laser Gun pew 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 like a million times, just so when the PvP chat came up, it would say blah 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 was slain by Laser Gun pew 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 pew.
I sometimes still do that on Rocket League.
So it cracked me up, and every time I saw it, I just laugh. I have all these pew pew pews as my last name in the game. But funny enough, I ended up becoming pretty powerful with that character, and was known for that. Being called Laser Gun, so it's just it's just funny. It's like
that's cool.
Yeah, so I know
I actually have two really embarrassing ones which I'm willing to share. The first one, I was playing this Habbo Hotel kind of game. It's essentially this game where you jump into a virtual world and you build a room for yourself. And it was called Coke Music. You could make your own music. It was so cool. And my name on there was called Supersonic Star, like added together.
Supersonic.
Yeah, I was like, oh, your Sonic is so cool. I was watching Newgrounds videos back in the day, and he would turn supersonic. God. I was like, yes.
I remember.
Let's do that.
God, Newgrounds, is that still around? I remember that.
Yeah, Newgrounds is still around.
Wow. Yeah,
I check on that. Like, Newgrounds was there before. Like, Newgrounds was YouTube back in 2005.
Totally was. All of the meme types, little funny animations and stuff were all from there. I mean...
Yeah, Keyboard Cat, I think, and Numa came from Newgrounds too. Charlie Bit My Finger too. Not Charlie the Unicorn.
Yes. Oh, everyone knows the Charlie the Unicorn. Like, that's hilarious.
I don't think everybody knows Charlie the Unicorn these days, though.
Maybe not, but oh god, I love that. Some people watch it and they just like don't get it, and I'm like, yeah, it's hilarious. What are you talking about? The whole Charlie. It's like, oh god, they took my kidney.
You should check it out. Honestly, that still doesn't age. It doesn't age.
No, it's great. It's great.
I also had this email called Mystic_Blue_Stardust.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was so badass with
that. Mystic. You were almost called Mystic Stardust, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh wow, I just realized that. That's insane. Oh wow, I'm dumbfounded right now. It all comes full circle right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about you, and some people will hate you for this, but I enjoy it thoroughly, is you are very no gloves on Twitter. You just tell it how it is, like 100%.
And the thing is, I don't even do that fully because I can't. I literally have to restrict myself from doing so because, the way that I am on YouTube is completely PG, right?
Yes.
In real life, I'm not so completely PG per se. Like, I have a swearing vocabulary, but I just limit it. Like, it just goes automatic. I'm not trying to be fake. Whatever you see on YouTube is completely real.
Yep.
But on YouTube, on Twitter, sometimes I see the most... I'm going to say this in the appropriate way. I see the most retarded, like-minded comments, and I'm just like...
Right.
Why are you so... Why...
No, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
And the thing is, you know, sometimes I just want to point something out with the idea that there's something behind the reasoning as to why I decided to point that out.
Right.
But I'm not the best at doing that. I'm very clumsy in that department. And as a result of that, it very, very often backlashes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that. But, you know, I just want to be as real as possible. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things if things aren't right, you know?
Right.
So whenever I went on my whole Mewtwo spiel with, hey, I'm taking this break, you know? And then Polygon made an article about that based on my tweets.
I remember that.
I was like, this is going a little bit far, doesn't it? Like, I'm just taking a break, you know? I'm just taking a break because I'm fed up with waiting for something that I am supposed to be there. You don't even know, but I got called crybaby for such a long time. But you gotta have to understand, they announce something and you expect it to be there, and half a year later it's still not there.
Oh, I get that. I get it.
That just pissed me off. I was like, bro, Niantic, give me my Mewtwo.
Right. No.
I had 5 video ideas lined up. I wanted to compare Mewtwo, I wanted to dissect the Pokemon and kind of explain its origin and everything like that.
Right.
But those ideas were completely thrown into the water because, you know, I didn't have the Pokemon. And if I'm going to make a video without actually having the Pokemon, like, sure, I could do that, but having the Pokemon actually adds a little bit of value to
I get it.
Whatever it is that you're talking about. And then also the whole fact that so many people didn't have it also made it that they didn't want to even make those videos.
Right. No, I get it. People, and especially, you know, in Europe in general, they waited a very long time to post any Mewtwo raids, any EX raids at all. And I know now I haven't been raiding enough, but I haven't got an EX raid forever. I mean, it's been a super long time for me, and I'm okay with that. It's just because I'm not catching the sponsored raids at the right time. Yeah, that's half of it right there. I mean, and it's funny because I'll go to a place where I know there's like a Sprint store or whatever, right? And then I'll be grinding Stardust around there, waiting for. I hope a raid pops up so I can, you know, maybe get an EX pass one day. And my luck, I didn't get a single one. So it's like I don't care. I've only gotten 2 EX passes. I've only done 2, and I'm fine with that now. But I can definitely feel for the people that still have not gotten EX pass yet, and still don't have Mewtwo. I mean, it's been out for a long time. So
yeah, I'll tell you what. I've gotten 10 or 11 passes, and I've only done 3.
Right.
Like, I didn't go to 8 EX raids. And that's because Mewtwo's ruined for me. I find no joy in, you know, going for the Mewtwo. It's just like, it's entirely ruined for me. It's just like something I cannot find any sort of joy in. And, you know, it sucks because Mewtwo, by definition, is my favorite legendary of all time.
Right.
Because the lore and the background, and it's such a cool Pokemon, and so powerful. I just love that Pokemon. But in Pokemon Go, it's just like, there's this whole, you know, idea about, hey, it was supposed to be there, but it never really got there. For some people, it's still not there. And it's almost been a year, and some people still don't have it. You know?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Right. No, it's
not fun. It's not fun to have Mewtwo as content. It's not fun for me, at least. Like,
no,
you know,
you're right. And I mean, although it was a good experience when it first came out, because I got my first pass pretty early on, so I was geeked about it. But you know, after that first one, it's kind of, I mean, Poke-AK has like 16 of them. You know, so so
he's a madman.
Yeah. So he's a raid master, that boy. He's always doing raids, which is good. I mean, it's good. He's got a lot of good insight on raid battles and stuff. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with when PvP comes out. I feel he's going to. That local community is going to be like, we hate him, you know. So, is
he going to Go Fest?
No, he's not going. Yeah.
That's such a shame.
Yeah, no, I did briefly talk about it with him, and other reasons aside, he doesn't he's not really interested in it, which I get and can respect. Okay. So that's okay. Fine. FLW is going to be there. I know that.
Yeah.
Which that'll be fun. Yeah, and
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to hang out with you guys. I think it's going to be a blast. I've rarely hung out with. I mean, I barely talked to Trainer Tips, Nick. I don't even think I met Mystic 7 last Go Fest. Which,
he was like he was like all over the place.
Oh yeah, he was like part host at one point, and I know he was everywhere. So yeah. So they're like, Mystic 7 here, come over here, talk on the stage, while everyone's booing and throwing water bottles and everything else. So yeah, it was funny because recently I looked back on some of the footage and the booing and the swearing that were going on very loudly in the crowd.
Yeah.
It was like,
it's actually hilarious when I look back. And like there was this one moment, man, that's so memeable, where I think it was Rachel. She said like, "Go out and catch those Pokemon." Yeah. This one dude goes, "We can't."
Yes. Yes. Oh god, it was great. That was
especially great. Because people like posted subtitles under there. Oh man, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I just got an email for the settlement that they're doing.
Disgusting.
Yeah, the one.
I can't like I cannot be bothered with that.
No, I'm not gonna submit anything. I mean, obviously, I don't care about that. Maybe some people that were traveling from very far away.
I'm going to tell you something. Mm-hmm. I got that mail yesterday and I thought I got sued.
Oh, God.
I saw that mail. I was like, wait, class action settlement? I was like, am I getting sued for being harassing on Twitter or whatever?
Right.
Or, because I was like, man, because people told me they were going to sue me. I was like, oh, it's here. Okay, what's this? And then I was like, you are entitled to a cash payment. I was like, oh, you're entitled. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I mean,
yeah. It's such a. I'm not gonna even speak about it. Let's move subjects.
Okay, that's fine.
It's very triggering subject to me because.
Oh yeah, yeah. Unless, and I'm just gonna say one more thing about it, and that'll be it. Mm-hmm. Unless you traveled from very far away and you spend a lot of money, and I can get that part of it to a degree, but.
It's like the thing that I take issue with is, are you there to get drama like that out of it?
Right.
Or are you there for Pokemon Go?
Yes.
If you are there for Pokemon Go and you've been there long enough, you know very well when you are at Chicago that it was an amazing time after Go Fest.
Yes, 100%.
And that on itself is a memory and an experience that will never get taken away from me.
Right.
I still remember I came out of my hotel room, Lugia dropped, I came there for Articuno. The entire street of my hotel room was filled with like 2,000 people.
Yes.
Just doing the Articuno. Nobody could play, but the excitement, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that is just, that is Pogo 2016 summer times 5. That feeling of everybody being there.
There was not, you can't even describe how that felt with 30,000-40,000 people walking around. It was crazy. And I could, you could see the locals being like, what the heck is going on? I just saw a bunch of zombies walk that way.
I talked to so many Uber drivers and they're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I was like, well, you're getting paid more money for taxi driving here, obviously.
Right.
But why is that? Yeah, Pokemon Go is back. Is that not dead?
That's the number. And that's the thing. If anyone ever called, said, oh, you're in it for just the money, we'd both be playing Fortnite like 24/7 if that were the case. Like if we just cared about money and views, we just play Fortnite.
I actually do. I actually do care for money and views because my job.
You do for sure.
It's literally my job. So to a degree, I have to care for it, but it's not the most important thing. Right? Like there's better ways to get money. Like I could clickbait or whatever to a degree where it's misleading. And that could get me more views or whatever the case might be, but that just doesn't feel right.
Right. No, I worded that completely wrong. I meant you still have passion about what you're doing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And definitely shows in the Pokemon Go community. I'm just, some people are out, some YouTubers are out there for just the big dollar sign, and just for the big payday, and they're riding the hype train of whatever, and they'll be around for a long time because they'll just jump on the next game that becomes popular.
Can you blame them?
No,
honest,
no. As a business wise, no. Some of these people are getting 3-4 million views a video, so you can't.
And if people get joy out of that, that's completely fine.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I already know that you didn't really play the Pokemon games growing up, did you?
Oh, I did.
You did? Okay.
I definitely did.
Okay. Sorry. I was gonna ask you. So you were playing from like red blue time or?
Red, blue, silver, gold, and then ruby, sapphire, and I played emerald briefly, and then I sort of like kind of grew out of it as a kid.
Gotcha.
Still loved it. For whatever reason, I started to enjoy Mystery Dungeon more. Mm-hmm. Which was weird.
Oh,
but that was completely
right.
different.
Yeah.
Then I got a DS and I got Mystery Dungeon. You need to draw circles around Pokemon. That was really weird, but somehow I really enjoyed that too.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
And then I played Black and White, and I did like a randomizer version of that. That was really cool. But it's been in phases, and now I'm really just I love Pokemon so freaking much, dude.
Yes. Yeah, because like I played Red original, and then I think I played Yellow for a little bit. Then I kind of switched to Pokemon Stadium and Snap. I loved Snap.
Snap is my favorite game of all time.
Snap is amazing.
Of Pokemon.
Yeah,
it's my
favorite.
It was
so
Pokemon
fun
game.
To try to, replayability times a million, because you're like, you didn't get that perfect shot of a Dratini. You're like, all right, I'm gonna redo that, and you find out.
You know how like I'm still trying to get Nintendo or Pokemon to notice the fact that they need to make a Pokemon Snap 2 on Nintendo Switch. I told already when Wii U came out, Pokemon Snap 2 is going to be released on their period. And they never did it. And I was like, why not? It was perfect. It had the thing and everything.
They would sell so fast. I mean...
oh, yes.
Totally. I mean, it would totally just... Boom. I'd buy it right away. I don't even own a Switch. I've been waiting for the Pokemon games to come out. So once they're announced, released, or I can get like a bundle, I'm gonna buy the bundle and get the Switch. And
right.
You know what I mean? Because that's probably this Christmas, I would guess.
If that is the case, I'll do a giveaway for that. I feel like that would be a really cool present.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yep. So Gengar, I know, is your favorite Pokemon. Yeah.
Right here.
Right. And Charizard is mine, which is this dude. Whoop. But
Charizard Y.
Yep, it's Y. I saw that and I was...
Which one do you like better? Do you like Y or Z better?
Z is cooler looking, for sure. But I want them both, to be honest. Like,
okay, fair play.
Z is very cool because if you watch the anime, Z beat Greninja when they... in that final battle. Oh, spoiler alert. But
I didn't know about that.
Wait, you didn't know? Oh God, I'm sorry.
I thought you were gonna talk about Origins.
No, sorry.
Because I see that scene with Origins, and I was like,
no,
that's fine.
This is like X and Y2, like end battle. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. It's fine. It's all good.
But yeah, so it just seeing how powerful that Pokemon was, really. Because Ash gets I forget what they call it, but he can actually like link up with Greninja.
The Z move?
I forget what he called it, but he actually links up with him to make him more powerful, and they're like bonded together.
Oh right, yeah, the link up, yeah.
And even with that, they still lost. So I was just like, Charizard Z is crazy, like.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's. So what is your second favorite Pokemon now? Because like everyone knows Gengar's your favorite, but I'm curious.
It's kind of a tough one because Pokemon Go played a significant role in like my favoritism towards Pokemon.
Right.
Geez, it's really a tough one. I think my second favorite Pokemon is gonna be Mimikyu from Gen 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Pikachu in a suit kind of mimic kind of Pokemon that's really sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's gotta be my second favorite Pokemon, and I think maybe Luxray will be my third favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, Pikachu is always going to be my second favorite, I'll be honest. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, Pikachu
Fair enough.
I know it's kind of like the mascot of Pokemon, but I remember watching the show when I was little, and Pikachu was always awesome in the anime, so I always remembered. I always liked Pikachu's I don't know, defiance to Ash. You know what I mean? It was kind of like he didn't want to get in the Pokeball, and he didn't want to do this, and it took Ash a lot of struggle to, get Pikachu on his side. And I don't know, something about Pikachu that makes me.
Is that also why you love Charizard so much?
Yes. Yeah. Charizard. You know what? You're right. I didn't even think about that. Both of those Pokemon are like defiant little jerks. That's so true. Yes, because Charmander was good, and then Charmeleon was not good. Didn't listen at all.
I don't know what happened there. He probably was super low level that Ash got him.
Right.
Didn't have the right gym badges for that.
Right. So, yeah, no, I would definitely like to. Have some of the other bigger, YouTubers on here as well, if they ever would want to. If they're listening, Nick, Trainer Tips, Brandon,
they're
Mystic
probably
7.
not gonna directly listen because their schedules are so filled. But ask them during GoFest.
Yeah, no, I definitely will. I'll definitely reach out.
Or you guys who are still watching this, reach out to them, ask them maybe.
Ooh, that's a good idea. So, I asked a couple questions on Twitter. I've been using the hashtag AskHMPodcast, which actually worked out good. That it's not too long. I
actually retweeted that one I saw.
Thank you for doing that, because I meant to. I always try to do it a couple days before so questions can build up. But because I just remembered this morning, I'm like, crap. It's like 7 a.m, and I'm like, tweet this. No. So we're gonna look at that right now and answer a couple questions. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one from Christian 983. It's gonna pop on the screen right now. It says, "Name 3 locations you wish to visit because of Pokemon Go."
Japan.
Yeah.
But I've been there already.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with like countries just for Pokemon Go, because of Pokemon Go. Jeez. What a question. Australia. We'll start off with that. Australia, it's so different, I feel. Almost, I feel it's almost so different that I would just love to, just check it out, see what the people are like.
Right.
Culture is really cool down there as well. People are so relaxed, I feel.
Yeah.
And I got friends living there too, and there's a region exclusive there, so that is reason one. Another country I really would like to visit, and it's honestly more of just a place really, and that has got to be. Jeez, this is so tough. This is so tough, man.
I mean, you've already been to a lot of places, so it's kind of hard to,
Yeah, but there's still so many places. I'm guessing Toronto to experience the true wafu. In case you guys don't know what wafu is, it's like the Japanese style raiding in Pokemon Go, in which it's the art of doing as many raids as possible from start to finish. So, moment like the first raid X pop, you start raiding with your squad, and you do it until the final raids of the day are done. They easily do over 100 there under supervision of King Ivy, which is the number 1 continental player of the Americas.
Right.
Which is insane. What he and his squad, they're doing amazing work down there.
Yes.
So I would love to visit for that reason as well. And then number 3, I want to visit my good friend, which is Brandon Tan
Right.
Or Brandon Ton, as you really pronounce the last name. But Brandon, me and Brandon Ton go way back. Like even before Pokemon Go, I already knew him because he was a Clash of Clans YouTuber. Like he actually, you should look it up. He was a Clash of Clans YouTuber.
Wow.
And I actually did a giveaway with him together, and we spoke before already. And it's actually really silly, but I noticed that he just disappeared out of nowhere. I had no idea where he went, and then suddenly Brandon 10 popped up, and hey, I know that name. Oh wait, it's him. Oh wait, he's number 2 of the world. Oh wait, he's number 1. Oh wait, he has 500 million experience right now.
I know, it's so crazy.
Actually, really insane. He wants to meet up with me in GoFest. Last year, I got him his ticket, and that's where we met up for the first time.
Yeah.
And I just want to visit him at his place because I know a couple of his friends, and I just, want to get to know him even better.
Right.
So, Australia, Canada, Singapore. Those are the 3 countries.
That would be awesome. Yeah, definitely. And I did not know that about Brandon Tan, that he was a Clash of Clans.
He has 170,000 subscribers.
Wow. That's really good. that is really good. Yeah.
He used to do it full time as well. He was doing Twitch and YouTube both at the same time.
Wow. That's amazing.
So, if you want to know a little bit more about Brandon Tan, how he was the number 1 Clash of Clans player in the world as well.
Wow. he just was he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first player to hit level 300 in Clash of Clans.
That's wow, he's hardcore.
He's on another level, I'll tell you.
I've
never,
Okay, so next question from Chi, who is actually a good friend of mine. He says, "When are you coming to Michigan?" Oh God, that's funny. I mean, we would hang out if you came here, but
okay. So what I'm gonna say about this is just to answer every single question.
Yeah,
I want to go to every single place that I can, but the thing is, I need a good reason as to why I should go there. I still have like places to like. If the way that I see it is, events come first, then come region exclusives, and then come places I want to visit, and then come places that are in demand. So if Michigan is somewhere in that, then there's a chance I'm gonna visit there. Maybe I'll visit there because a friend lives there. I don't know. Like it's so like. Like people ask me all the time, come to Spain, come to Sweden, come to Norway. I'm
yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to go, but,
No, I 100% get it. Yeah, I get it. No, I totally get it.
Yeah.
It's too many places to go, and
yeah,
everybody's going to invite you anywhere. I mean, of course, they want you to play.
I hope that'd be awesome, honestly.
Okay, so next question, T-Tips fan, trainer level 40. He says, "Are you happy?" That's the question.
That's a very specific question, I feel. Are you happy? Yeah. I'm very happy. No, honestly, I need some time to think about that, Of course, there's stuff that, go on in your life that go bad or whatever, and you deal with that. But if I look at where I was 2 years ago versus now, there's still many things to work on. But I got to do what I love and enjoy every single day.
Yes.
And the freedom that YouTube brings with, not having to worry about a 9 to 5.
Yes.
And just feeling everything that you can do, you want to do at whatever point you feel it's necessary.
Yeah.
That's, it's amazing. And, That's all I have to say about this. So yeah, I'm very happy, very happy.
Right, and then that's the dream for me as well. I mean, I would love to be a full-time YouTuber, mainly for the creative side. Like my job, I love what I do, but there's something missing, and what's missing is I can't show creativity at all at work. I can't. What am I gonna do?
Because you're in business for someone else. That's the thing.
Yep.
It's not your baby. Like YouTube is my baby. YouTube is your baby.
Yes.
Like you've built your channel. You hold up.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna show you something.
All right.
And this is honestly like this right here is my silver play button. It's not to brag or anything like that, but this is the only thing that I have ever been proud of in my life out of the stuff that I put in the hard work, time, and effort.
Yes.
And that is something that will, nobody will ever take that away from me, and that's the thing. Like, it's something that I worked hard for, that I built from the ground up without any sort of help,
Right.
And, that's like, it's so, if you have something you can be really proud of, like, yeah, you'll be happy and it's amazing.
Right. Yeah. No, and I would love to one day, and hopefully it happens one day, that I'm able to financially, be able to do YouTube full time. I would love that. I would absolutely love it. But you
should sell some merchandise to get yourself started on that.
Right. No,
I don't know if you have a Patreon.
I do have a Patreon, and I've started to mention it in the podcast before the podcast starts, because I did have to put up some money to get the podcast on iTunes and Google Play and all these other places. So it's just like, if you can, definitely check out the Patreon and see what you can do. I'm not by any means begging, but if anybody can afford it, great.
Speaking of, if you guys truly enjoy this podcast and you want to see more and you want to support Hybrid Mongoose or whatever it is that he's doing, make sure you head over to the link in the description down below. It's a Patreon link in which you can support him.
Yes.
You can pledge him, and essentially it's like a Kickstarter, but in return, you help support the channel and you help him grow his dream of becoming a full-time YouTuber. So
can't beat that endorsement right there. Just do it.
Do it.
Oh God, that's so funny. Okay, so one more question. That's the last one. Let's see. It's from Dominiki. It says, when the level cap is increased, would you like to see some requirements for higher levels? A certain number of gold gems or gold medals or similar, like ingress for levels 9 to 16, or would it be XP only? And then it says, I am fully aware that we don't know what Niantic will decide. Just your opinion.
XP only.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that as well.
The way I see it, it's a Pokemon game. In Pokemon, everything is based on XP. It wouldn't make sense. Like, a lot of people are like, they should do this, they should do that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be based on XP. I just feel that's going to be the case.
Yeah, that's the thing. It would be, although the hardcore players would definitely hit all those requirements anyway. If it were gold badges or gold, they have all that. Most of my friends have all of that. So it's not an issue of gyms, but I think that or medals rather. But I think it's going to be XP only. I mean, it wouldn't make sense.
Niantic, we need diamond badges.
Diamond badges. But yeah, man, this has been great. It's already been an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh wow, this goes fast.
Yeah, I feel like we could talk forever, but I'm going to end the podcast here. If there's anything you want to say before the podcast ends,
If you guys enjoyed what you saw, make sure you go out and subscribe to the channel right now. YouTube's being incredibly weird right now. So if you guys are watching right now, please do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're enjoying podcasts like these, you want to see more with other guests, like maybe Trainer Tips, Mystic 7, to see their background, or other fellow YouTube content creators, or even other sort of stories or stuff to talk about. Maybe I'll be coming back. I don't know. We'll see about that. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on all notifications so that way you don't miss out on anything, because the way YouTube is organizing things right now is that they are planning potentially to do stuff not in chronological order. So if you go to your subscription feed, you might not find the latest podcast of Hybrid Mongoose, and that would be a shame. So
right. Yep. Well, thank you again, Reversal, for being on the podcast.
You're welcome.
And that'll do it for the podcast, guys. That was so good. So good, man. I can't wait to have him on the podcast again. That was such a good time, guys. Make sure you hit like on this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell because YouTube's being stupid. And make sure you check all videos so you don't miss any podcasts like these ones. But yeah, Reversal, such a good guy. I hope you're enjoying your time off. I hope you're able to disconnect and get that mental reset that you're looking for. So that is going to do it for the podcast, guys. Remember to like, share, subscribe, do what you can, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.